Hello guys, welcome to the 3D market commentary for today. Today is Thursday, April the 14th, 2022. Now let's just put the disclaimers up there on the top left hand side. Please read them even if you need to pause the video to do so. Now just to show you different places you can go for support or questions or any help that you need before we introduce what the 3D market commentary is. So you've got different email addresses here. My email address is becky@tradewithufos.com, and then there's also support@tradewithufos.com. So different places that you can go. There's also this link here, which is tradewithufos.com/Becky. That will bring you to this page. From here, you can get different apps and platforms. If you scroll down, then you'll be able to book one-on-one coaching. If you scroll down even further, you'll notice a bunch of frequently asked questions where you might find the answers to your questions there because somebody's already asked it, or you can log in for free and ask your question there as well. So different places you can go depending on what you need. So the 3D market commentary, coming back to what we'll do today, is a video that we do every day, Monday to Friday, to accompany an email that we send to our free members. Now that email looks at major world markets, and for each of those markets, we look at 3 different statistical probabilities and likelihoods to give us more likely conclusions as to what we're going to do as traders. So that's why we call it a 3D market commentary, because we're looking at 3 major elements. So this is what that email looks like here on the left. And on the right hand side, of course, we have our markets that we can choose through or flick through. I'm just going to move over a little bit there so we've got more charts to be able to see. Okay, so the 3 different elements that we look at, starting with market climate. Now, market climate is essentially saying where is the likely upcoming market direction? Is the market likely to move up, down, or nowhere? Therefore, we have a better idea of whether or not we buy, sell, or do nothing. We use an app to help us. It's called AutoClimate. It's a free app on most platforms you can get it on. AutoClimate is analysing lots of statistics and coming back and showing us where the probabilities lie. So if it shows us a thick red dot, and ignore the lines for now, just focus on the dots. If it shows us a thick red dot, that shows us probability is down. If it shows us a thick blue dot, that shows us probability is up. If it shows us a thin dot of either colour, that tells us probability is in neither direction. So we do nothing. So that's AutoClimate. Then we look at buy and sell UFOs. UFOs in this case stands for unfilled orders. And what that means is, where do we have buyers that are waiting that could push price up? Where do we have sellers that are waiting that could push price down? Again, we use an app to help us with this. It's called Auto UFOs. And it shows us where the buyers are with these little green UFOs with the prices on the right hand side. So between those prices are where we find buyers. It shows us the sellers with a little red UFO, prices on the right hand side. Between those prices are where we find sellers. So we'll look at that per market, and then we'll look at market volatility, which is how quickly we expect these markets to move. So starting with the S&P 500, that's the top 500 US stocks. And with the S&P 500, as with all of these, we are looking at a daily chart. So we're looking at a daily time frame. Of course, different things happen on different time frames. We're focusing here on a daily chart. So top 500 US stocks, we have a thick, let's do it over here. We have a thick red dot, probability downwards. However, we've got a bit of a weird situation going on at the moment in that we have buyers here between 4466.75 to 4375.50. So let me show you the range there. So that's where we have buyers between there and there. But we have sellers between 4519.75 to 4444.50. So we have buyers and sellers overlapping, and current price is kind of within both of them at the moment. So what we have at the moment is a fight going on. Sellers are pushing down, buyers are pushing up. Who will win? Who knows? No one's got a crystal ball to know who's got more orders, buyers or sellers. We don't have clear probability in either direction at the moment. So I would say, at least on this time frame, we should do nothing. Go and find another opportunity. In terms of volatility, we'd expect that the S&P would move up or down in 1 year of 21.6%. So in a day, that is 60.47 points, excuse me. In a week, 133.11 points. And in a month, 277.1 points. So that's the S&P 500. Now moving on to the next market, which is oil. Now as that loads, just to focus here on the different courses that we offer courses in futures, stocks, forex, backtesting, trading plans, and psychology. Now, most of our courses come with a 3-month complimentary access to our apps. So AutoClimate, which is this one here, is a free app on most platforms. You can get it on anyway. But Auto UFOs, which is the ones that show us the buyers and sellers, that app is a paid-for app. Depends on which platform you use as to how much it costs, but it's a monthly subscription. So you can subscribe directly for the Auto UFOs. You don't have to do a course in order to get them. You can subscribe directly to the UFOs and just use them as they are. But most of the time, doing a course and getting 3 months complimentary access to them is actually cheaper than it would be to just use the apps for 3 months. So check that out, see what works best. Okay, coming back to oil, we have a thin dot here. That tells us we have an unconfirmed climate, not enough probability either way, therefore do nothing. No need to trade where we don't have probability. Now we have sellers up here between 115.54 to 108.68. So if price were to hit those sellers, we'd expect them to push price down at least a little bit. Not there yet. We've got buyers quite a way below us at 80.47 to 77.83. Overall, not anything to do on crude oil because we don't have any probability coming from our climate, at least on a daily chart. In terms of volatility, we'd expect a movement in a year of 51.2%. So in a day, 3.33 points. In a week, 7.32 points. And in a month, 15.24 points. So that's oil. Okay, the next market is gold. So let's load this. Again, just to highlight down here about the coaching and support that we offer. We do a lot of coaching and support for free on YouTube and on different social media platforms. Just squidge this and see if we've got sellers. We don't. So you can join us on there for free. You can also email us and go to our frequently asked questions section. You can also join us in our advanced or all asset advanced coaching program. Essentially, you get more resources and access to live trading videos. So you can check that out if you'd like. Okay, coming back to gold, we have a thick blue dot, probability up. We have buyers very close to where we are now, between 1974.6 to 1942.9. And we've got no sellers that we can see. So overall, we've got buyers that price came in a little bit and is being pushed out. Buyers pushing price up, climate pushing price up, overall probability up here on a daily chart of gold. In terms of volatility, in a year, we'd expect movement up or down of 18.7%. In a day, that's 23.24 points. In a week, 51.16 points. And in a month, 106.5 points. So that is gold. Now the next market here is the US dollar. So let's load this and squidge it down. So with the US dollar, we have, I'm going to squidge it a little bit more here just to show you. So we have a thick blue dot, probability upwards. However, we have sellers that we are within right now. Those sellers are between 100.515 to 99.74. So again, buyers pushing up, sellers pushing down at the same place. Who will win? Who knows? We're going to have to let it play out. Clear probability to one side or the other, and then we can act. Now we have buyers down here between 97.85 to 97.295. And watch what's happened before. Price came in, hit the buyers, went up. Came back, hit the buyers, went up, came back, hit the buyers, went up. That's what buyers do, is push price up. That's why we want to know where they are. Sellers push price down. That's why we want to know where they are. So it gives us a better idea of where we should be buying and selling. So in terms of volatility with the US dollar, we'd expect movement up or down in 1 year of 8.4%. In a day, that's 0.53 points. In a week, 1.16 points. And in a month, 2.42 points. So that's the US dollar. Last but not least is bakkt Bitcoin. So let's load this. And just to highlight here about our platform, Predictive Options Planner, otherwise known as TOP. I know it says options in the name, and it is a great tool for options traders in particular because of all of the apps and integrated apps that we have there. But even if you're a stock trader, forex trader, futures trader, TOP is a great platform to use. It integrates all of our apps and can help you to analyze those markets. So check that out if you'd like. Okay, back to bakkt Bitcoin. Big red dot, probability downwards. Now we do have buyers between 40,415 to 39,367.5. So if price were to hit those buyers, we'd expect them to push price back up again. For now, we've got room to get there. We have sellers up here at 43,980 to 42,597.5. Overall, probability there to the downside for the time being, but watch out for those buyers. When we get there, they might change things. In terms of volatility, we'd expect movement up or down in 1 year of 62.92%. In a day, that's 1,634.68 points. In a week, 3,598.59 points. And in a month, 7,491.06 points. So that is bakkt Bitcoin. So for each of our markets, we've looked at our 3 main elements, our 3D market commentary. We've looked at market climate, using auto climate to figure out where we had probabilities. Did we have a thick blue dot, therefore probability was up? Did we have a thick red dot, and therefore probability was down? Or did we have a thin dot of either colour, and therefore probability was neither direction? We then looked at buy and sell UFOs, where we had buyers that could push price up, where we had sellers that could push price down. And then we looked at market volatility, how far we expect those markets to move within a year, a day, a week, and a month. So last thing to look at is our weekly economic calendar. We get this from fxstreet.com, and we filter by high impact news, meaning we want to know which scheduled news reports might have an impact on the markets that we trade, increasing volatility. We don't necessarily care what the news says. We don't necessarily make our decisions off the back of the news, but we will use this to understand where volatility might be. So Thursday, April the 14th is today, and we had some news that came out earlier on this morning that could have affected the euro. News coming out pretty much as we speak that could affect the US dollar or US markets and European markets and the euro. Further on today, again, we have US dollar or US markets could be affected there. And again, starting this evening into tomorrow, we've got Good Friday in a lot of places. I don't know why it doesn't have the UK on there as well, because we're also on a bank holiday. So a lot of markets might be closed tomorrow, of course, or a little bit quieter based on the bank holiday. So be aware of that. Any questions, you can email me, Becky@tradewithufos.com, or there's always tradewithufos.com/Becky, which you can use to get apps and platforms if you'd like, book coaching if you want, or come down and see questions and answers, or log in for free and ask your own questions. So today is Thursday, the end of the trading week for me, but we will be back again tomorrow. So wishing you guys a great trading day, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.